Well, Alyssa, thank you for coming on the red carpet round table.
Of course, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Can you let everybody know a little bit about yourself and what got you into the entertainment industry?
I've always known that acting is what I was meant to do, and I truly love every minute of it.
Hmm.
And so I started acting in 2019, and within a year, I booked my first role in a feature film. And I originally auditioned for a small featured extra role, but after a few days of being on set, unfortunately, the lead actor could no longer be a part of the production. And my parents got an email from the producer, and I got to audition for the lead, and I booked it, which was so fun. And, it really did like reinforce that you should really, give every role your all, no matter how big or
Hmm.
small it is. And, I really think that it's like no matter how successful you are, it's important to treat everyone with respect and kindness. Like you should treat the production assistant the same way you would treat like fellow lead actor or celebrity talent that you're working with. And, I think because, at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all there to collaborate, like get the job done and do what we love to do. And like no one's above the next person. And so that's why I think how you treat people, when you're successful and nothing's
Hmm.
interviewed, that tells me more than any amount of credits you can ever have. And so that's why, it's so important to me now. And as I get more and more in the public eye and continue acting, that I set like a good example. Like I want my fans, my fellow actors, the people who follow me and support me, and especially, the next generation to see that you can pursue your dreams, work
Right.
hard, and still treat people with kindness and compassion, no matter how successful you are. And so, in my opinion, the people that make the biggest impact in this industry are the ones who are not just talented and good at what they do, but they're also the ones who, use their success to lift others up and make a positive impact. Because I think, talent opens doors, but character is what people really remember,
That's
if
so
that makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, it's compassion and character, and people
Yeah,
remember who you are and, all that. So, congratulations getting that lead role.
thank you.
And if you mind me asking, where are you based out of?
New York.
New York,
So,
okay.
yeah,
And so you're a New York-based actress. And
yeah.
how's the film industry out in the New York area?
I mean, I think it's doing pretty well. I'm getting a decent amount of auditions.
Hmm. And where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, or later on in the future, do you see yourself potentially, staying in New York or trying to go to others like Chicago or LA to pursue more deeper into the acting industry? Or do you see yourself just staying in New York and just going from there?
I definitely hope in the future maybe like move to LA.
Hmm.
But I definitely hope in 5 years that I'll obviously have booked more projects, especially TV and film, and I'll keep leveling up.
Right. I totally get it. Now, you're in, if you can correct me, but you're in school, is that correct? And
Yes.
how do you maintain life with school and audition and being on set and being on call?
I yeah, so I attend school online, so I have that kind of flexibility. But yeah, I'll it's the way my school is structured is all we get the assignments for the week and they're all due on either Wednesday or Sunday. So I can get them done at any time, which really helps having flexibility in the acting industry.
Hmm. That's great. That's good you're doing school
Yes.
online and you don't have to worry about, leaving school early or none of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
do you have any upcoming projects that you can talk about?
I so far this year I've booked 5 projects. I can't really say much,
I
but
understand.
really excited about them.
Right. Well, it's okay. Whenever you get booked and whenever you're allowed to talk about it, I would love to have you back and have you talk
I
about
would love that.
it. Yes.
Yes.
And so as yourself, as Miss Alyssa. Am I saying it right? Alyssa. Sorry,
Alyssa.
Alyssa. No, thank you.
You're good. You're
Um,
good.
what do you see yourself as your dream role, and your genre? And I know a lot of people have a particular saying, you know what, I see myself, I want to be in action, or I want to be in a crime movie, or be a police detective. For you, what is your dream role? Have you figured that out? I mean, a lot of people probably haven't figured that out, but what's your,
I would say, you know, I really like drama, but I also really like the lighthearted roles and comedy and stuff. I am really drawn to like characters that I don't know feel like complex and like emotionally layered. Like I love the intensity or complicated dynamics such as like, anger, betrayal, vulnerability, characters navigating difficult relationships, but at the same time, I really enjoy like the lighthearted comedy and
hmm
I actually really love improv as well.
that's
So
amazing. And you can correct me, you're also a teen actor, right? Actress.
I'm actually 22, but
Oh
I do
wow.
play
Sorry.
teen
See,
roles.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
I'd rather look
No.
younger than older, so you're good. I look like I'm 14. I get that all the time.
See, that's where I come from. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Because
good.
um everybody's like, "What?" So no.
Yeah, everybody's shocked when I tell them my age.
So now, everybody's like, "Wait a minute, what?" So, but
Yeah,
that's great because in my personal opinion, you can play adult role and a teenager
yes,
role, and
yes,
that's actually amazing because as actor and actress, you get to play any role and be a kid. Like
yes.
you
I love that.
never, right? Because I think that's one thing a lot of people love about acting is like you get to be a character on set that you never imagined. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute, I get to play a kid when I'm this
yeah,
age. Like when you
yeah,
said your age, right? You're like, I'm doing this really? Okay. So it's like to me, that's like everybody's dream. Like you get to be a kid for a
yeah.
movie or stuff. So,
Yeah.
for you, how do you get into character? What helps you?
So I would say I really, I'll like break down like the scene and like the character. Sorry, my mind went blank. I would say I really break down the scene and the character. Like if I'm preparing for like a role or audition, I'll start by really understanding like the circumstances of the scene
Hmm
and where the what the character wants and everything, and then I start, just making sure that, I really get into character because I think the best acting is when you can't tell someone's performing or acting. Like you can actually believe that they're in that moment and in that experience. And then, if it's for an audition or going on set or something, I'll also like prep with an acting coach or something just to make
hmm
sure I'm giving my best.
That's right. That's amazing. And what helps you to act in a sad scene or emotional scene?
I would say my process really depends. I think maybe I can think of like a previous experience, which I have like done that, think
Hmm
of like a previous experience that I've had that has that same type of emotion and do it that way.
hmm
But I think it really just depends on like the character and
Right.
so
Okay. And what do you look when you first look into a script when you're about to read it? What do you look for?
I'll look for, I guess, what the relationships are, or like what are they
Hmm
navigating? I'm really, I guess, kind of break down, what the story is and maybe like
hmm
what happened before the scene or after the scene. That also seems to help.
That's good. And I guess it also helps you prepare for the role.
Yeah.
And is there anything particular so exciting on set that nobody knows about? Like, what's the fun thing about being an actress? Like, a lot of people don't see because, when we're watching on screen or TV or movie, we don't see behind the scene. So, is there anything?
Yeah, I would say getting to like interact with all the other actors and everything. And I truly love like being able to go on set and like play a character and, have fun with it. My family thinks I have the easiest job in the world. And I wish they kind of understood that, it's not just about reading lines. There's a lot more to it.
Hmm. That's true. It is
Yeah.
100%. Lights, camera, action,
Yes.
mics, you
Yes.
name it. Um, have you ever done theater? If so, do you like theater more or do you like acting on set?
I I think I did theater once or twice as a kid. I
Hmm.
definitely prefer acting on set, in film and TV. But nothing against theater. I think theater is great. I think theater is a great way to get over stage fright.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes.
hearing. Yes. And I think theater is a great way for beginners and I
Yeah.
for beginner actors. Because that's a great way to get used to the crowd, but also it's makes you confident, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
I think it definitely builds confidence because you're getting on stage in front of all these people and doing it live.
and back a long, long time ago, that's what it was only about, only
Yeah.
the theater acting and all, it's just to me you have to speak loud on theater acting and get the fans and everybody to get get used to
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So, I gotta ask you, how do you rebuild confidence after rejection or criticism?
That's a very good question. And rejection is so common in this industry, and so I would say, just because there's so many other actors out there, there are so many reasons why you might not get picked for a role. So I typically try and, focus on like the work itself rather than the outcome. Like, yes, I want to book the role, but I'm also, just using it as an opportunity to perform and
Hmm.
like grow as an actor. And, like I said, sometimes, the role simply isn't a right fit. You might not get picked because you're not the look they're looking for. It has not, it's almost always probably not personal.
Right.
It's probably like who they feel would be best for their project. And so I've learned, in this industry, resilience is incredibly important.
Amen. Hmm.
Yes, yeah. So I think if you keep showing up, you keep improving and you stay confident in your work, the right opportunities will follow
That's so
and find
true.
their way to you. Yes.
Yes, that's so true. That is 100% true. Be confident because when you do go to audition, the role it's not for you, but it's not your looks, not if it's not because you're not tall
Yeah.
enough. It's your looks. So
Yeah.
as amazing. So as yourself, like you said, based out of New York, and I want to go back a little bit in history about you. And I know you said you started because your parents helped you get into the entertainment industry. Was this always your dream?
Ever since I was from a very young age, you can ask my parents. I used to beg them to let me get into like TV and film acting. Like I always knew it was something I was
Hmm.
meant to do. And I finally convinced them at 15. And my parents were like, I think they were worried that if I got into the industry, I think they just wanted me to be a kid, and not have to worry about that. But you can ask them. I asked them so many times to let me get into it, and I was so happy when my dad was finally like, "Okay, let's sign up for this casting website. Let's see what happens."
And here you are. And now, is it
Yeah.
because you were watching a movie on TV, or was this just a coincidence?
I think just I always used to watch like TV shows and movies and just be like, I want to do that. Like I'm meant to do that. Like I want to do this like full time. Like that looks so much
Hmm.
fun. And so I think really it was just seeing that and just it instantly clicked.
Wow, amazing. And when audience and your fan base sees your film, um, what do you hope they learn from it, or what do you want them to learn? I'm sorry, my brain froze. Learn
No,
from the
you're
story,
good.
or what do you hope them to understand about the film, and what do you want
No,
them to know about your character? I know I asked you three questions there, but
you're good. You're good. I hope that, they walk away feeling like something good and, something genuine. Whether it's, empathy or understanding or, whether they're inspired or even just feeling, seen in a moment of the story. I think, the emotion is really what makes acting so powerful. Film and television, they have the ability to reflect, real human experiences.
hmm
And I think when audiences see a piece of themselves in a character or a situation, it can be incredibly meaningful. So I think if my work can create that kind of connection, even for a moment, then I feel like I've done my job as an actor.
that is so
So,
true. Amazing,
you know,
amazing. And I know, confidence and, so I know we talk about auditions, rejections, but what helped you to finally realize it's not because of me, it's just the role wasn't fit for me? And the reason I'm asking you this because you have a lot of actors and actresses who are getting into the entertainment industry and they're like,
yeah,
wait, why am I not getting all these auditions? Because you have to do maybe 100 auditions and you may get 20 no's before you get that
yeah,
one yes. So
yeah.
for you, what made you more, confident and then realize, okay, it's not me. The role was not for me.
Yeah, so first starting out, rejection definitely hit hard, but also here's the thing, I'm a perfectionist and people pleaser, so I was always stressing, oh my God, what did I do wrong? And then, I had like an acting coach put this into perspective for me for a couple years ago. And she was like, art isn't perfect. And she gave this example of if me and you went to a museum and, we both saw the same piece of artwork and you liked it and I hated it. And neither of us are wrong. We're just interpreting it differently. So I think my advice for a lot of new actors is, I wouldn't like, like I said before, there's so many reasons why you might not get a part.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wouldn't stress about it. Just keep working hard at it.
Right.
And, the right opportunities will present themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. That's so true. Now, I know you said you're a young actress in your 20s,
Yeah.
and I'm just curious and I'm just asking this, and you could always potentially change your mind in the future, in 2 years or next couple of years, because when you get older, um, do you still see yourself being an actress your whole life, or what do you potentially see yourself? Because I know you said you're young, and I know you can always be in the entertainment industry, but do you see yourself potentially going to a different career, you know? Or do you just see yourself, no, this is me. I have to do this. I have to stay with acting. What is you? I'm
I'm
asking
gonna
you.
go with no, this is me. I love acting so much. I don't see myself ever leaving it. And I've tried other careers. What I'm this is I've noticed that I don't feel as happy with other careers as I do with acting. So I'm in it for the long haul.
That's good. That's good. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's challenging, but it's fun because we have all the what do you call it, auditions and rejections and the no's, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, why am I not getting the roles?" And it's like, "Wow, it's tough. It is
Yeah.
tough."
Yeah. And I would also say to, aspire young actors who are just getting in this industry, it's okay if you don't feel confident 100% of the time and don't feel like you have it all figured out. Just keep showing up, keep working hard at it.
Right,
And
right.
I can probably tell you a lot of successful actors, they they probably doubted themselves at least once,
Hmm.
you know? So I think the ones who succeed are really who keep going and, your yes is coming.
Yes,
So, yes,
100%. I totally agree with you. I'm just curiosity. Did you watch the Oscars last night?
I did not get a chance to.
Oh, the reason I was going to ask you because it was there. I thought I was going to be curious. Was there anything surprising about the rewards or anything like that? Sinners. I was very surprised. It was good. Have you seen that one?
Yes, yes.
And what'd you think about it?
I thought it was really good too.
Good. Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Was there any movies that you saw I say this year, that surprised you? Like the characters and the actors were in it. Was there anything you would recommend? Like, I'm just curious. I don't know. I mean, I like to ask this question because each one of us have different views and types, right? And so I'm
Mhm.
just curious, what have you saw that you want to tell the audience who's watching this and your fan base and say, hey, go check out this film? I mean, of course, check out me like you, but what films have you seen that was like, you think that is a must see?
That is a very good question. I think there are so many really good films out there and really talented actors that I'm not sure I could choose just one. I'll have to think of that. When you have me back on,
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
have that prepared.
No, you're okay. There's so many. I've seen, yeah, the Sinners. I've seen, wow, I feel bad. I've seen a couple other ones. I can't name their
You're good.
names, but there was good ones, and it just talks about the hard work these actors do.
Yeah.
Independent and movies and TV shows and the hard work the actors have to do to memorize lines, being on set for a long time, and it's like it's tough where they
Yeah.
are. So, and for yourself as a young actress, is that you potentially want to see yourself in maybe more action films? I know I've asked you that, but any or what films do you like to be in, or if you like to correction, is there any particular actor you like to work with?
So many good ones. I can think of like several that I would just love to work with. But no, I would really love to be in like maybe like a dramatic TV show or like I really love drama and comedy and I really love improv. I actually the other day I got my third callback for the lead role in this feature film and I was so excited,
Congratulations.
but thank you. And it's a very unique film, so it would be like an honor to play on it. And so I can't say much yet, but fingers crossed that I book it.
Yes, hopefully you'll get it, and then you can tell the audience and me
Yeah,
about the film.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm so proud of you, Alyssa. I
Thank
mean,
you.
keep it going. Don't give up. I mean, this is a tough industry. It is. You for any ages, older, younger when you start young, all the way to the early 20s, maybe longer. It's a tough industry
Mm.
because you get auditions, you get turned down, you get auditions again, and it is so tough that you don't know what you're gonna get and what kind of situation you're gonna get. And that's
100% agree.
yeah, it's like auditions and then being turned down and then getting the role. And you may have a high moment that you get all these yeses, and then finally you get all the no's for a while, and you're like, "What happened? What's going on?" So it's like a dry
Yeah.
moment. Don't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. I've had those moments where I didn't book anything for a year and then all of a sudden I booked three projects and I'm like,
Right. It's
that's
it's
the
so
industry.
weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, wait, is it me or no, it's not you. It's just the roles. So
Yeah.
that is so true. Um, Alyssa, where can people find you on social media?
So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok. It's the same username. It's at Alyssa.Oster.
And my last question is, what is your message for any upcoming actors and actresses who want to get into the entertainment industry?
I would say, like, to touch on what I said before, it's okay, first, don't take rejection personally. I'm 99.9% sure. I promise you, it's not you. It's nothing you're doing. I would say, get into classes. I think that's really important.
Mm,
You know, I and just keep at it and you'll get there, I promise.
that's so true. And I forgot to ask you, was there ever a moment in your career that you wanted to give up?
There's definitely been moments where I felt discouraged. I think I love acting so much that I would never give up on it completely, no matter if I'm like thinking it through. But I think there have definitely been moments where I'm like, uh, can I actually do this?
I think
But
everyone, I think everyone has that moment. And what's your
yeah,
why? Why are you doing this?
I truly, I really do love it. And I love being able to, perform and connect with audiences. And, I want to like be there for my fans and my followers. Like my DMs are always open. Like I understand, how hard it can be. And I want to just be the type of actor that, truly cares and makes a positive impact.
That's so
I
true.
unfortunately I definitely had like a setback. A few years ago, my health, I had some unexpected like health challenges. But I still showed up to every audition, every callback. I don't think anyone really noticed, but that definitely changed my perspective that you really don't know what someone's going through. Like you couldn't tell what I was going through by just looking at me. And so that's why I also think it's really important to be kind and compassionate to everyone because, that can create a ripple effect and really change someone's day or, make a really good impact.
Well, I'm glad you're doing okay, and I'm so sorry about your health. But,
Yeah,
um, and that's so true. Be kind to anyone, and you never know what anybody's going through. So be kind to one another, 100%. So, and again, I'm so sorry about your health, and I hope
thank you.
everything's going well with you. But keep up the auditions and let me know about your films. I would love to have you back and talk more about it.
Absolutely. I would love that. Yes,
Yes,
anytime.
you're always welcome back, and thank you for following me on Instagram.
Of course.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Well, Alyssa, thank you again, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you. Same to you.
Here, I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.